Hi everyone, and welcome to another beer review. And again today we have Nathan as a guest, and we're here to review obviously local beers because we're in Leeds, so there's another review from Leeds. But today we're actually a little bit closer to Manchester. It's Salford, Manchester, and it's the Seven Brothers Brewing Company, and it's going to be Seven Brothers Throwaway IPA. So it used to be Yorkshire Bitter was the popular drink here, but it just seems to be IPA is the kind of more popular drink. Now this one does have spiel, doesn't it?
It does.
And one of the things that tickled Nathan's fancy was upcycled cornflakes is actually on the can. So God knows what they've been doing, but apparently they're putting cornflakes in it and saying it's upcycled. Now, there is some spiel on the back. So they put it down as a hoppy IPA brewed using upcycled Kellogg's cornflakes provided via their sustainability program. This beer has plenty of residual sweetness, dry hopped for a full flavoured IPA. So you're going to get quite a lot of hops because, of course, it's been dry hopped. Now it says Seven Brothers Brewing Beer. That's right. Each of us look at things a little differently, but one thing we all agree on is brewing great tasting beer. This is Seven Brothers. Now, this is £3 a can. It's a 440ml can, and it's a 5%. Now, we did do one previously in a review, and it was Virtuous.
Kirkstall Brewery.
Yeah.
Virtuous IPA.
And the problem is that was £1.80 for a 330ml can. This is £3, and it's only a 440ml can. So it is a bit bigger, but you're actually paying a bit more. So for an extra 110ml of beer, you're paying an extra £1.20 for it. So maybe not the best value. But if this is included in the 4 for 3, then obviously it maybe balances some of that out. So you're getting a can for free. So if you did 4 cans at £3, but you're only paying for 3, so it's £9 for 4 rather than paying the £12 for the 4. So that's not so bad. So because I'm Scottish and tight, we only bought 1 can, so we'll be sharing it.
Sounds fair to me.
So we'll do the oh no, wait a minute. I didn't do the, did I do the, there we go. Thumbnail. They'll have Instagram pushing their frillies.
I love the way it said on there that it actually specified that it was dry hopped.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait, it's an IPA. Who doesn't dry hop their IPAs? What kind of lunatics aren't dry hopping their IPAs? Like,
well, that's
the 21st century.
Jesus, you've got a good pour, haven't you? You've got all foamy. But yes, we've got our nice haze. And he's looking for aroma. Right. I'm getting corn and I'm getting citrus. But I'm getting more of a kind of orange peel, more of a kind of orange rind kind of citrus rather than grapefruit. But I'm getting that kind of flaked corn, so you're getting that kind of almost like kind of Mexican lager, that kind of flaked maize, which of course is what cornflakes is. It's not corn, it's actually maize.
It's a really good pull, actually. Yeah, it is corny.
Yeah, so I'm getting that, and I'm getting kind of orange rind rather than kind of grapefruit citrus or any other type of citrus. So let's see what it tastes like.
What's the first thing you noticed there?
A little bit more carbonation on the front. It's lacking.
I think there's. It feels light on body to me.
Yeah.
It feels super thin. Now
it's almost like a Mexican lager in some ways.
It is almost lagerish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost kind of as light as a Mexican lager, but has that kind of a little bit more hops. But again, the hops are very light because compared to the session IPA we did in the previous review is a lot more hoppy than this.
It's not punching in the face with hops, definitely.
No, it's very subtle. But I think everything is subtle to the point it's a bit too subtle.
It's a touch watery.
Yeah, it is. It's lacking.
Taste kind of diluted.
It feels that you're paying more money, you're getting a bigger can, but you're getting less beer. That's what it feels like.
And the quality's not great.
Yeah, it's just not really there.
I mean, I get what they're trying to do with the whole sustainability thing, and I think that's a big.
But there's more carbonation. Yeah, there's more carbonation to it because you can feel it more in the tongue compared to the other one, the session IPA that we did from Kirkstall Brewery.
But I think there's a slightly more complex fruit character to this. Maybe a touch of like maybe tropical fruit, maybe pineapple or something like that. Maybe passion fruit.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of passion fruit, but
it's subtle though. This is the problem. If I'm expecting a hoppy IPA, as they claim, like this is not it.
But the thing is, again, with passion fruit, I mean, I think if Adrian's watching, we actually brewed some firewaters, we called it, which is more kind of based around about cider, but we use a very high acting yeast. So we got roughly about 14-15%, and we actually did it with passion fruit. And we only used 2 passion fruits, and we did a 5-litre batch, and it was bursting with flavour. It doesn't need much to give passion fruit, and it's something that's very easy to add to the fermentation. You don't have it for the condition, it's only for the fermentation. And yeah, if you want passion fruit, it's one of the easiest flavours to add to beer, and you add a little bit to the fermentation, by God does it come through.
And these days there's a lot of especially American type hops that have that tropical fruit flavours, mango, passion fruit, pineapple, in abundance. And this is just subdued, man. It's all dialed back. Everything's kind of, sort of half pace. It's not.
It is. It's just.
It's just got not got that kind of wow factor, that kind of intense flavour that I'd be looking for from an IPA. Mm-hmm. And if they have dry hopped it, well, which they claim, double that.
Yeah.
Throw twice the hops at that.
Right, because what you're doing, if you break it down, at the front of the mouth, you're getting a little bit of sweetness, just a little bit of kind of fruitiness, just a little bit. Moves on to the mid-tongue. You're getting some slight hoppiness, some slight bitterness, some slight fruitiness, but again, the sweetness is there. Goes on to the aftertaste, and everything just washes away and dissipates very quickly. It's almost like there's really no finish to it. There's nothing to linger or whatever. Everything just melts away, and there's nothing memorable about it. So a lot of times, instead of looking to the back of your mouth to kind of remember what you've just drunk, you're actually looking at the front of your mouth to remember what you actually just drunk, because you're lacking any kind of aftertaste, and you're actually getting more memory from the actual front of the mouth.
There's really not much to it, really.
No. So yeah, a bit kind of disappointing from that point of view. And of course, yes, it is a Manchester beer from Salford. There's still some more in that can if you want it. You know you do. Yeah. So what would you give it out of 10?
Probably 4, I'd say. I mean, I'd drink this if there was nothing else on at a bar other than this, and it was just kind of mass-produced lager. I'd have a pint. So
you would take this over the mainstream piss water?
Okay. Oh, hands down, all day long.
So the problem is, the last time I was doing a beer review with mainstream piss water, we had Hype, Tripe and Confused was the review, and I gave Foster's a 4. So he's putting it the same as Foster's right now. Me, I would probably put this maybe a 4.5. It's not a 5 because I wouldn't say it's average. It's below average just because it's lacking body, lacking flavour, just lacking everything. It's got 5% alcohol, but it's just, how can you make an IPA that doesn't have any flavour? I mean, even if it wasn't a hopped IPA, it's just, even if it was a more traditional IPA, I mean, Green King's IPA's got a lot less alcohol and a lot more flavour than this stuff does. It's just kind of lacking. So yeah, I would say 4.5. It's not good enough to be a 5.
Do you know what my main grief with this is? Is the body.
Yeah.
It's a low
watery,
alcohol,
it's very watery, yeah.
IPA. And to do that, you're going to need to compensate for that with body. You're going to need to leave some residual sweetness in there, some thickness, some kind of mouthfeel to it.
There's nothing to it.
But it's just watery.
Yeah, it's very watery.
Like diluted watery.
Yeah.
And I can't.
It's almost as if like they
I'm
made a
not
big
bothered.
batch of it at a higher gravity and then kind of watered it down.
Yeah, sort of just diluted it.
Yeah,
And
it's just.
I can see where
strange.
what they're trying to do, and it's got the kind of the foundations for. I mean, maybe this could be a prototype. That's how I'd kind of
It
imagine
could
this.
be, but there's nothing to
initial
say
batch.
it is or an initial batch. It's
But if you're making, because corn is super fermentable, right? Corn sugar is crazy fermentable. There's not going to be a lot of thing in there. So to compensate, you surely need to use something thicker, maybe some unmalted wheat or oats or something to give it that residual sweetness and that body. That
Well,
kind
it
of
does say
thickness
it's got
afterwards.
malted barley, wheat, and it's got gluten. Because the other one that we did from Cuxall Brewery, that was gluten free, whereas this one does have gluten. And both were using barley and wheat. But the Virtuous Aromatic Session IPA from Cuxall Brewery was gluten free. This one isn't. And
The Kurzel one had body as well.
yeah,
It
a
was
lot more flavour to it. I mean, if it came down to it, yeah, well,
there's no contest.
there's no contest from that point of view. So it's 4 out of 10 from Nathan. It's 4.5 out of 10 from me. I think that's us for this review. We can't really say more about a watery beer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.
cheers.